In 2007, Nokia was the biggest phone company on the planet. 5 years later, it was gone. This is the story of how the world's most trusted phone brand collapsed almost overnight. For most of the 2000s, Nokia wasn't just a phone company, it was the phone company. In 2007 and 2008, Nokia controlled nearly 40% of the entire global mobile market. Their phones were everywhere, in every country, in every price range. And they had a reputation that no competitor could touch. Nokia phones didn't break. You could drop one, run it over, throw it across a room, and it would still work. That reliability built a level of trust that took decades to earn. Then, in January 2007, Steve Jobs walked on stage and introduced the iPhone. A touchscreen, a real app ecosystem, a completely different idea of what a phone could be. And inside Nokia's headquarters, the reaction wasn't panic, it was dismissal. Executives saw the iPhone as a toy, not a threat. Nokia's software, called Symbian, was old, clunky, and a nightmare for developers to build on. But the company had been on top for so long that it stopped watching the ground shift beneath it. That overconfidence became Nokia's biggest weakness. While Google was giving Android away for free and manufacturers around the world were racing to adopt it, Nokia hesitated. Decision-making inside the company had become painfully slow, buried in layers of management that couldn't move fast enough to keep up with a market that was changing by the month. When Nokia finally acted, they skipped Android entirely and partnered with Microsoft to build Windows Phone. It arrived late and it never caught on. But the real damage was happening on the inside. Nokia's culture had shifted from bold innovation to fear of failure. Engineers were afraid to take risks. Good ideas got buried under bureaucracy. A company that once defined the future of mobile phones was now just coasting on a reputation it had already lost. By 2013, it was over. Microsoft bought Nokia's mobile phone business, and one of the most dominant brands in tech history became a case study taught in business schools around the world. Nokia didn't fail because of bad technology. Nokia failed because it refused to take change seriously until it was already too late. And that's a lesson that applies far beyond one phone company.